So can I tell you about our vacation?
I would love to hear about your vacation.
Okay,
Tell
it was a surprise. Number one, she didn't know where we were going. I was gonna go up to this mountain house in Colorado that a friend of mine owns, and a guy had a fucking stroke in Africa, and he's still to this day, like a month later, in Cape Town. Not good.
Don't go to Africa.
And so I'm like, well, I'm not gonna call there. You know, he hasn't spoken in days, and I'm like, tell him to blink twice if the code is, you know. That seems so insensitive, and I really do care about the guy. And I joke about it, but so we couldn't go there. So I had to last, and she took time off work, so she's got vacation and time. I got a light summer; I can do whatever, you know, whatever. And so I just started looking around, and my niece used to. She was really good at finding cheap cruises for her and mother to go on when my mother was alive. And she's a NASA engineer, so she's smart anyway, but she knows how to do this.
A what engineer?
She worked for NASA. Now she runs a big...
I thought you said she's an ass engineer.
No, NASA. And I'm so proud of her. She's
that's so smart.
Smart and wonderful. And
God damn.
but so she finds this... There's a river cruise that leaves out of Paris that's parked right by the Eiffel Tower. So she doesn't know where we're going, and she doesn't want to know. And she's excited about not knowing. I told her what the temperature would be and what to pack for her, and she's okay. I'm in. So on the way to the plane, don't tell her. You know, shut your eyes. Okay. Wow. And so we get all the way there, and then right when we're landing, we're landing in Paris. And so
hold on, do you fly private or commercial?
No, I don't fly.
To Paris.
To Paris.
Okay, I'm just trying to see what my future looks like.
No. It's nice, but it isn't private. No. You can't just fart, you know.
Yeah.
You can.
You can.
You can. It's ventilated. That stuff goes out somewhere. It's a must, right? So anyway, we get there, and then there's people from the Viking people are there, and they take us over to this river cruise, and we have a suite with a balcony. Not big, but as big as they get there, except for two on the back that were gone, and it was cancellation. Whatever. We were on it. Now, I have weed and edibles and mushrooms, and I'm on vacation, right? And I'm ready to go. And I could see when I looked at the boat, I'm like, this could be iffy on the pot smoking thing because of the way it's designed, you know, just 200 people. But I've always been, let's see what I can get away with, and then go from there, right? And that's practical. So I got those little decks, so I'm going out there, I'll just shut the door, smoke some pot, and see what I can get away with. And then, and if I get accused of it, I'll just deny it and I'll quit doing it, and I'll just either go on the top or figure out something that works.
Yeah.
And so day two, I get a call from this guy that's the hotel manager, and he says, I got to come talk to you. And I know what it's about, you know. So I said, yeah, sure, come on down. Big, tall, Belgian dude, older than me, nice as he could be, real diplomat. And before I could even deny it, because he said, you can't smoke pot in this room, and I didn't. I smoked pot out there. He said, what you need to do is smoke pot out there with the door shut or up on top of the boat. And I'm like, this guy means me no harm.
Yeah.
He's a good guy.
Yeah.
So I'm like, hey, listen, thanks a lot. That's where I was smoking it, but I wasn't that careful about keeping the door shut. I'll be more careful. He goes, go, great. We shook hands. We're best friends. He said, I know who you are. I looked it up, and so we're happy you're on the boat. And I'm like, okay, great. Next day, our boat pulls up to a dock, and the dock is right by my balcony. I mean, I'm sitting there, and that's the dock right there. So I'm like, well, this might not work, but I'm going to see what I can get away with. So I light a joint, and I realize we're not moving, so the pot smoke's just billowing right there, and I'm like, this doesn't work. So I put out my joint, and I'm like, I'll just smoke it off the boat because you're at a different little thing every day or whatever.
Yeah. And it's Europe, like they're cool with weed, right?
Yeah. France, not so much as Belgium, or Amsterdam, Netherlands, whatever they're calling it, Holland. So anyway, at 6:30 that night, I get a call from the guy, and he goes, the captain wants to talk to you. And I said, do I know what it's about? And he goes, yep. And I'm like, okay. It's about 6 o'clock at night. And they knock on the door. And he had come in the room, but they didn't want to come in the room. And the captain takes this really aggressive tone with me. And I don't know if he's German or what his accent was exactly, but it was a little harsher.
Yeah.
But he said, you've been smoking pot in your room, and that is against the rules of the Viking cruise people, and he was real barky at me. And I said, hey, listen, dude, I've been smoking pot exactly where that guy told me to, which is on my balcony. He goes, I think you smoked pot in your bathroom, and then it got into the ventilation system and blew it into the hallway. And I'm like, that is a conspiracy theory that you just made up, and you also called me a liar in the process. Meanwhile, it's escalating. He's getting louder. I'm getting louder.
No.
And people are going to dinner, and it's just 200 people, and there's two things. They seat them all at once. And there are people walking down the hall. We're in my hallway, and this guy's dressing me down, and it got no traction with me. And then the big guy's trying to calm us both down because it's starting to get into a fucking eye stare, what are you going to do? Because I'll tell you what I'll do. And so the big guy kind of gets it all back going in the right direction. And the guy softens up, and he goes, now at no point has anybody told me not to smoke pot on this boat. Nobody has. And the guy goes, well, perhaps if you smoked it on the top deck, I could look the other way. And I'm like, why didn't you open with that? Instead, you dress me down in front of all these people and make me look like a punk. And I said, I got to go to dinner. And I slammed the door in his face. And I was pissed. And if you want to talk to me man to man in my room, I'll own my part of it. And people vote in whether I'm right or wrong. I mean, I own my part. I was smoking pot where I wasn't supposed to. I was trying to get away with something, but that's just what I do. And so I was just figuring out the water here. And this guy just, what was unforgivable is he did it in front of people.
That's not very nice.
And this is Cocoon 3, right? This is old people all together. It is elderly.
Yeah.
And so anyway, I'm like, I tell Angela, we got to get off this boat. And she goes, listen, the boat's in dock. It's going to be there till 7:30 the next night. So, well, let's just walk into the town. We won't eat on the boat, which we hadn't anyway. We'll go into town, find a restaurant, have some dinner, come back, sleep, and we'll walk around the town. It's going to be here all day and decide what we're going to do. But we don't need to just walk off now. And I'm like, you're right. You're absolutely right. So we go do that. The next day, we're walking around in town. Well, they'd taken all the people on these buses over to Normandy, and I wasn't going to do that anyway. And we see two couples that we know, and both of them were like, what happened?
No.
Are you getting kicked off the boat? What was it, drugs? Was it? And I'm like, okay, we got to go because I won't get past it. And I didn't get past it anyway. I was like, tell me, I'll tell you, motherfucker. I'm in my bathroom by myself, just, I can't let it go.
Yep.
I just know how I am. So we decided to leave, and the big guy that I liked, he sends me and her a big plate of these Belgian chocolate strawberries that might be the best thing I've ever tasted in my life, and then a bottle of wine that had no alcohol, which was thoughtful because I don't drink, and a handwritten note apologizing for the way it was handled, and
from the guy?
No.
That's the problem.
That's exactly the problem. I didn't need him to apologize. He did nothing to me.
Need the German.
He was great. Yeah. Let's
that
just
fucking guy.
Anyway, whatever his name is.
We know what his name is.
It was just shitty. But and here's kind of the shitty thing. I was like, I'm not going to make this about Viking because it was whatever experience it was. It had a lot of good people working on the boat. And
that's a hard gigs too. Those people that work.
Yeah.
My God.
So I'm not going to go bash them because of the people, and it's a thing. I like it better than like a 7,000 people cruise, but not better than the Ritz-Carlton. So, but then I wrote a complaint about the way this was handled to Viking Cruise, and they didn't say jack shit to me, not one.
Hold on, when did you write the complaint? When you came home, or you're there?
As we're there, we write I chat GDP. I just got kicked, and they said, "Oh, here's what to do: call this number, do these things, make sure you document it all now." And so I did all those things, and which I wouldn't have done anyway. I would have threatened to do it, but never done it.
Sure.
because that's how I am. I'll destroy you. And I do jack shit.
I just rehearse the confrontation in my head over and over again and give myself cancer. So go ahead. Yeah.
So anyway, we wrote it, and I meant them no harm. I just wanted them to know what happened. I mean, we walked off the boat.
So you left the cruise.
Yeah, we did.
So you packed your bags.
4 suitcases.
Where in North?
And what's the name
Paris?
of this town again?
So
we're outside of Paris.
Okay.
And we just went up to a restaurant and sat down. Hey, what are we going to do? But it's the world's my oyster. I'm on vacation. I have money, and we'll be fine. So we took a train back to Paris, and we found this sexy little boutique hotel.
Beautiful.
We had a swing in the room, and
a fuck swing.
Yeah, a little fuck swing.
You're kidding. What hotel is this? This is not the Ritz-Carlton.
No.
Different.
No, but
the
it's
Moulin Rouge?
5-star and not that far from Moulin Rouge, but it's a beautiful little place. What was it? L'Adore. Paris L'Adore.
Please look up the fuck swing. That's amazing.
Yeah. So it was. We had a great time just walking the streets. She had never been to Paris, and we were
gorgeous.
And so we had a great time there. And then actually, when I came home, Viking did call.
Okay.
But it was just a follow-up call that they always make to people that have been. They didn't even know I had left the boat. Just this lady was like, just making sure everything was fine. And oh yeah, there it is. That's my room right there.
God bless the French.
Yeah.
They really do not give a shit.
No, and I'm telling you, that's nice service. I'm sure they'll appreciate this plug, but that's what it looks like.
Yeah.
And
they'll clean your fuck swing and everything.
They got Lysol. They got all kinds of disinfectants. They got all kinds of things.
There it is. There's your fuck swing. That's amazing.
Yeah, that was my room right there, the black one. The other one, I never saw the pink one, but there was a little balcony out there.
Look at those floors. God, the French.
Yeah.
Now, so it doesn't sound like Viking has made amends with you, Ron. Is that accurate?
Well, what I called that woman. That woman just left me a message saying, "Just seeing how the cruise went. You may still be on it, or I don't know. Well, anyway, we're just checking on you."
Didn't even.
So
know.
I called back and I get a message, and I tell her just a short version. We walked off the cruise after 4 days, and nobody's been curious why. And I'm going to start doing podcasts next week. So why don't you guys decide how that ends? And
well, I was going to say,
still, even she didn't call back.
Oh my gosh!
And so I would suggest to Viking that they square some of that stuff off, because every once in a while somebody has a legitimate complaint. Now, I would imagine what happened was they called that captain and he wouldn't quit smoking pot in his room. Hitler or whatever.
Yes, of course.
And they go, well, if he did that, what are we going to do? But I'm sure they didn't ask the nice guy that, was trying to make it all right.
No.
And everybody have fun. And, it was a pricey little venture.
Of course.
And
you lost your money.
It doesn't. Yeah, and it doesn't matter. That didn't matter. I wasn't that big on it anyway. It was not right exactly my thing. And
you smoke the pot on the boat. Is that how he sounded?
It's a little bit.
All right. I do not appreciate your sense of humor.
The guy was probably from Australia, and I just heard it wrong. But I wasn't really listening to his words as much as his tone.
Of course.
I'm like, this guy's being aggressive with me.
I'm not going to tell the mommies what to do, because when you rally YMH listeners around a particular cause, you see results. Whatever you guys do, don't go to Twitter and don't tag. Are you on Twitter?
Yeah.
Ron White. And let Viking Cruise know how rude and dismissive they were to our friend, Ron White. Do not allow him to smoke marijuana free on the boat. Oh, you just watched a YMH highlight. Did you love it? Why don't you have more fun? Click around. Click here, click there, click everywhere. Put a clicker in your beehole. Look, try it out. Have more fun. Why don't you subscribe? That way, every time a video drops, you can be notified. You don't have to think about it. Just do it, man. You're not going to miss a moment of denim. Pull your jeans up, subscribe.